Hello, welcome. My name is Success and welcome to this special copywriting webinar. Now, this webinar is special not really because it is the best copywriting webinar you're going to see out there, no. But then this webinar has clarity and direction. It has something that you're going to follow and it will set you on the path of making a living from copywriting. It's also an improvement on other copywriting webinars. And also, I believe that this webinar is also going to be your last copywriting webinar. Don't take my word for it. Just give me a few minutes and I'll prove it to you. Now, before we go into what we have for this webinar, here are some of the qualities of top copywriters. Number one is focus. They are laser focused on where they are going to. And of course, you know that a driver that gets into the car and don't really know exact place he's going to definitely might not get there. And even if he gets to any destination, he's going to waste a lot of time on the road. So people that are top copywriters are focused, especially in the era of social media where you have a lot of things craving for your attention. You have the videos on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, craving your attention. But these people are focused. They know where they're going. So that is one of the top qualities. Number two is daily practice. You don't learn how to drive a bicycle by reading about how to drive a bicycle or by watching how to drive a bicycle on YouTube. No, you learn how to drive by getting on the wheels and driving. So that's same thing with copywriting. You practice every day. And then also, number three is long-term goal. Yes, if you don't have a long-term goal, definitely one or two things might derail you on the way. And that is one of the top qualities of copywriters. Now, here is what we're going to be looking at in this webinar. The world of copywriting possibilities. Someone may be asking, what are the possibilities of copywriting? We're going to see that. Then how much does a copywriter make? Yes, I know that most of the things we buy or things we give attention to are things we expect to give us money. So here we're going to be looking at how much really does a copywriter make. Then also we're going to be looking at the copywriting method called PASO method, then future pacing method of copywriting, and another copywriting formula we're going to use is we're going to use it to find a way to get a criminal to confess to a crime using a copy formula. That's also to tell you that copywriting is not just about writing sales copy, but then you can use it for anything. It does deals with psychology. Then the last one is the fastest and easiest way to make your first $500 as a copywriter. Yes, so these are things we'll be looking at in this webinar. Now, let's go to the world of copywriting possibilities. Now, here on the screen are some of the copywriting jobs you can land from the comfort of your home. And this is just from one copywriting source, Upwork. So now, this is a copywriting gig. They want to pay you $30 for copywriting. So just write something, a video script for them. And that's not all. There's another one also. This is also, they're looking for a talented copywriting who can create 15 to 30-second video. And this, they will pay you $300. So I don't know if you're getting it. This one, they say they need an expert copywriter. And then last one, this one is going to pay you $800. A pro copywriter for funnels, email, and text and social media. So these are some of the copywriting jobs you can find on Upwork. There are a lot of them there. And one thing about these copywriting jobs is that this $800, for instance, you're not earning that in a month. It's not even in a week. You can finish these 3 copywriting gigs under 1 week and begin to look for another one. So there is no really cap on what you can do in the world of copywriting. Now, let's look at how much does a copywriter make. Yes, I didn't want to give a value or a figure. I just decided to go into go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to tell us how much does a copywriter earn. Now here is Europe. Europe, it says a copywriter earns around 25,000 euros in a year. Yes, so that's just about 2,000 euros in a month. And you can imagine when you multiply that 2,000 euros and take it to dollars. So that's about 1.5 million naira in today's reality. And that is what someone earns. And you can also earn this because part of what we're going to teach you in this webinar is how to write for foreign clients. Of course, you saw the previous slides I showed you, these are not even clients from Nigeria. They are clients abroad, and that's why they can pay that much. Now let's go to America and see how much a copywriter earns in America. So here it's telling us a copywriter earns around $40,000 to $50,000 annually. So you can imagine what that means every year. That's just about $4,000 in a month. So you can imagine that. You can now do the multiplication. So these are world of copywriting possibilities. And if you get to work for a copywriting client outside this country, this is how much they're going to be paying you. And not just that, working outside the country they can also give you a retainer job. If you did very well, they can now employ you as a full-time copywriter for them. Of course, full-time doesn't mean you do copywriting from morning till night, but what I mean is that you now become their constant customer. So that's about copywriting. Now, let's come to Nigeria. Yes, in Nigeria, a copywriter earns a monthly can range from 50,000 to 150,000. Well, that might not be very impressive. Then it can be 150,000 and 300,000 per month. While senior copywriters can earn around 150K. Okay, so this is what a copywriter earns in Nigeria. And trust me, it's not very poor. It's still over the. It's still beyond the what do you call it? The minimum wage in Nigeria. Yes. So, and then you can improve from that. So now let's go into copywriting proper. The PASO method of writing copy. Now we've talked about a lot of things and copywriting. So now we're going to go into the real deal of copywriting. Now this formula is PASO, and P stands for pain or problem, and A stands for agitation, S stands for solution, O stands for outcome. Now, in this formula, you know that people have problems and pains. In fact, every product you've ever bought before was as a result of a pain. Maybe you've paid school fees, yes, because of the pain. You don't want to miss exams. You don't want to miss the course registration, whatever it is, there was a pain. And you went to the hospital, you bought some drugs. Why? There was a pain, there was a pain, there was a pain. That's why you did that. So, and then now this pain might not really be the natural pain we know. Some people's pain is beyond the normal pain you know. Let me explain. Some people's pain might be that, oh, my friends are doing this and I'm not doing that. My colleagues are doing this, I'm not doing that. That could be a pain. That my colleagues are driving this kind of particular car and I'm not driving it yet. My colleagues are buying this kind of thing, I'm not buying it yet. That becomes their pain. That becomes something that causes them sleepless nights, and that becomes a problem. So when we talk about pain in copywriting, it's not just about the physical pain. It can be something, can be emotional pain, can be psychological pain. So now this is the pain. Then agitation also. In copywriting, we learn as well that people don't take action if the pain does not hurt that much. So you must agitate the problem. You must make it to hurt. You must like pour fuel to the fire to make it hot before they take action. You find this in the lives of people. Sometimes you go to the hospital and the doctor will be like, you're almost dead. Why didn't you come a week ago, a month ago? Why did you linger to this point? That shows you that that thing has been so, the sickness has been there until it was very painful before that person carried himself to the hospital. So if you don't agitate the problem, and people don't see the pain, what they're going to lose, what they're going to miss, what is going to happen, the implication of not taking action in the next 2 weeks or in the next 1 month, definitely they're not going to take action. So that's what we're going to do here, agitating the problem. Then the S is the solution. We're going to now tell them the solution. Luckily for you, we are here. Luckily for you, so and so is there for you as a solution. And then the outcome is, after they have gotten the solution, what will their life look like? That's the outcome. So these are things we're going to consider. Now, this is an example of a copywriting written with that PASO method. I called it a sales toolkit, just writing a sales copy for sales toolkit. Now, this sales toolkit is meant to help people that are selling both online and offline to sell more of their products. To teach you how to sell, teach you how to convince a customer, teach you the reason why customers don't buy, teach you the reasons why you don't make enough sales, teach you the reasons why customers, even if they buy today, they're going to return tomorrow, and a lot of things about sales. So let's look at the pain of the people that actually need this product. And before I say that, copywriting also tells you that everybody does not need your product, no matter what you're selling, even if it's long life and prosperity. Not everybody will buy. Yes, people are different and their needs are different at a particular point in time. Maybe someone might need your product 2 months later, 3 months later, 6 months later, but at this present time, they might not need it. So you target people that need that product at this very minute, this very hour. So now we go to the pain. Are you scared of ending the day without making a sale? That's a pain. When you're opening the shop and something is telling you that you are going to close this shop the same way you're opening it, and people are going to laugh at you and they're going to be saying this person is not even selling anything. That kind of pain. Then what about the bills that are mounting, the rent, the debt, the children's school fees, and probably you are now depressed, thinking you were never born to succeed, especially when almost everyone around you are all excelling. So this is a pain. You're opening the shop, you're not sure whether they're going to sale, and bills are mounting, debts are mounting, children's school fees, they are chased out of school, and you're just paying. You're paying because of that, and it's a problem. Then now let's agitate it. Now, agitating it, telling them what this pain means and what it might result to if not taken care of. Now we go. What this means is that your family will be disappointed in you and probably resort to other illegal ways of making money. Of course, when you're in a family as a father and you cannot provide for your children, definitely when they resort to some illegal ways or illegal means to make money, you don't have a mouth to say because you failed them as a father. Yes. So you also don't want your kids to think the electrician is their father because of your unavailability and chasing money that isn't coming. Yes, there are people that they come very late in the night and they leave so early in the morning just to make ends meet, and their children do not even know who they are. So maybe the child sees the electrician that comes or the plumber that comes in the afternoon to fix one or two things, and they begin to call them daddy, daddy. You don't like that, so that's agitating the problem. And if nothing changes, maybe something may break, and I hope it won't be your marriage. Of course, marriages have been broken because of finances. So that's about agitating. So we've made it to be painful. Now, it's not limited to this. When writing with this formula, one thing you should know that you have to try to list problems. Maybe list 10 to 15 problems people in this particular niche of sales are facing. List the 10 or 15. Then from that 15, you also list the agitation. Agitate it one after the other. And after that, you can now pick the most painful one. Maybe select the most painful 3 of them and write a copy. Okay, so now let's go to the solution. But luckily for you, there's the good news for you. Jack's sales toolkit is all you need. Now I'm now telling them about the solution. With this toolkit, you will learn why you are not making enough sales. Yes, someone that's not making enough sales need to learn why. Then why customers will always tell you they'll get back to you and never do. Yes, this is most of the things customers do. They just come and see one or two things in your shop and say, okay, I'll come back, I'll get back to you. But they don't come. You also learn how to fish the right audience that are starving to buy a product. Yes, the truth is that why you are struggling to get people to buy your product, there might be some people out there that are even starving to have your product. How can you fish them out? So this is what the product is offering them. Then after that, giving them the solution, and now come to the outcome. As a result of the above mentioned solution, you won't be begging people to buy from you. You won't be doing promo and discounts all the time just to find buyers, because there are people that depend so much on promo and discounts and bonuses and rest of them to sell. You can't continue like that. So you need to find a permanent solution. Then your family will now love you more and you will be available for your wife and kids. So that is a very, very good outcome. So now there's another thing we're going to look at, future pacing. This is the second formula I'm going to teach you in this webinar for writing a sales copy. It's called future pacing. Now, this future pacing is just about taking your customers on a journey to a promised land. You're going to take them on a journey to a promised land. Yes. To begin to reason, to begin to think about what it would be, what it would have been. I mean, thinking. That means like imagination. Then you can use magic words like imagine. Then make destination as beautiful. Make that destination as beautiful and then tap the pride and social status button. Now, let me show you what I mean. Now, when you begin to tell people, imagine how cool that car will be. He's not driven that car before, but you're just imagining how cool that car will be. Imagine the neighbors. Imagine how the neighbors will see you in that car. And he begins to imagine. They would say that, this man has made it in life. They would say that, this man is a big man. People like that praise and people like that kind of pride. And that is what you're going to take them on when writing a copy with this future pacing formula. You take them on a journey. Then also you can tell them, imagine the kind of respect you'll be getting from your colleagues. Wow, in that kind of car, with that kind of luxury material. Imagine the kind of respect you'll be getting from your colleagues. Maybe people that used to insult you because you walk home, insult you because you don't have a car and stuff like that. Now they're going to be according you a lot of respect because of the status that has changed. Then just think about the fact that you can now afford everything that once gave you sleepless nights. So you're just telling them, can you imagine that a situation where you can now afford everything that once gave you sleepless nights? Imagine that kind of thing. Then you can also say, imagine having the money and enough to even ask your wife and children to choose any country of their choice for a family vacation. So imagine having to tell your wife and children that this time around you just have to choose a country where you want to go for vacation. That is very, 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 very important and very, very good. Now, let's look at this. How to get a criminal to confess to a crime using a copywriting formula. This is the third copywriting formula I'll be teaching in this series. How do we get a criminal to confess to a crime using a copy formula? Now, this copy formula is called pathos, ethos, and logos. Ethos, logos, and pathos. Now, it's what introduced by Aristotle, and down the years, people have been using it. Now, when we talk about ethos, it means trust, the credibility of the person that is speaking. How do I trust this person that is talking? Then number 2 is logos. Does his fact make sense? Sensible. Is it sensible? Statistics, facts. Does it make sense? Then pathos is emotion, joy, hope. And of course, you know that people buy because of emotion. Every damn product you bought because of emotion. People go to market to buy iPhone, even iPhone 14 Pro Max, even when they don't have a commensurate income that should at least fit the person using that phone. They always want to defend it. I'm tired of this Android phone. I just want to this. They want to, it's an emotion. It's an emotional stuff. It's not logical. If it is logical, then they will never buy that phone. But emotion will be like, my friends are using it. Deep down in them, there's a reason behind them getting that phone. But they will not tell you. It might be that, everybody's using it. My friends are using it. I just have to use it once. I'm tired of using Android phone. Something like that. But this is the main reason why they bought the phone. They want to compete with their friends. They want when they tweet on Facebook on Twitter, it will read Twitter for iPhone so that they can, that kind of status symbol. They just want to have it. That's all. That's emotion. People buy because of emotion. So now let's look at this. How to get Gibson. Gibson is the criminal. Sorry if your name is Gibson. Gibson is the criminal that just stole something from the grocery shop and he is denying. So the authorities of the grocery handed him over to a security agent. So let's look at how the security agent, with the knowledge of ethos, logos, and pathos, will be able to cause this Gibson to confess and say, yeah, actually, I did it. Now let's go. Number 1 is ethos. I told you that ethos is going to look at the credibility of the person talking to me. What is his qualification? Where has he been? How long has he been in this game? How should I believe him? Now let's go. Listen, Gibson, the man tells Gibson, I've been doing this for 25 years and I'm sick and tired of seeing young guys like you go to jail for a first-time offense like this. For the fact that Gibson believes that this man has been in this job for 25 years, definitely Gibson should know that this man has encountered many people like him in the course of the work, and so he should confess. Now, he goes on to say, I know you are probably trying to help yourself or take care of your family because of the harsh economic condition. Just tell me how it happened and what actually pushed you to do this. I'll see how to convince the management not to take you to jail. Can you imagine? Can you see how this security agent is treating this matter? Notice that he's not shouting on Gibson. You are the one. No. There are people today, especially in Nigerian security forces, they just begin to shout. You did it. There is this one. They begin to shout and begin to beat and begin to slap. Watch the mood of this guy. I know you're probably trying to help yourself or take care of your family. I mean, this Gibson feels that this man has his interest at heart. This man wants you to succeed. This man wants you to be free. This man doesn't want you to continue like this. And definitely this Gibson will see this man as a father figure and confess. That's all. But what if he doesn't confess? Let's go a bit further. Logos. Now, Gibson will now present facts and evidences and statistics. Now, in writing a sales copy, you can present facts and tell people that, yes, according to Harvard University 2019, 14 out of every 50 people that contacted so disease die of it. You are giving them facts, and definitely anybody are giving kind of facts will definitely listen to you. People listen to people that give them facts that can prove. people will take them as experts. Now look at what logos we do here. Gibson said, okay, Gibson, CCTV captured you stealing from the shop. If you confess and tell me the truth, you may be pardoned or just asked to pay a little fine. But if you keep telling lies, you may spend 30 days in jail or even 365 days. That's if the judge is in a good mood. So what do you say? Now, for the fact that you've told Gibson that actually CCTV captured you, he will have no other option than to surrender, because very soon you will be playing the CCTV in his presence to see himself, and that will be very shameful. So he will. Okay, so then finally we're going to look at pathos. Now, pathos deals with emotion, trying to trigger an emotion. Now, the security agent can now say, okay, Gibson, you don't need to confess to anything again. We actually had some children playing over the next counter. They should be able to tell us what exactly happened. So we're now telling Gibson that we have children that are going to explain to us and tell us what you did. So definitely Gibson will definitely confess. So now this is so powerful that even someone that never committed this crime might just end up confessing to the crime. So, and you can also use these ethos and logos and pathos in writing a sales copy for somebody, a client, or for your own products. So let's move on. Now we get to the fastest and easiest way to make your first $500 as a copywriter. Now, like I said, there are a lot of copywriting jobs out there, but I'm going to concentrate. I've showed you Upwork. You can register on Upwork, on Fiverr, and you can get a lot of copywriting gigs, provided your profile and portfolio are intact. Then here, I'm going to talk about Facebook and Instagram ads. Okay, now, one important thing I need to say is this. I know when you're scrolling your Facebook and Instagram, you used to see a lot of Facebook ads, sponsored posts. Now, every damn ad you're going to see on Facebook or Instagram is a potential client. Yes, they are potential clients. These people are people that not only have enough money to advertise on Facebook, but they will have enough money to pay you as a copywriter. Trust me. For them to have enough money to advertise on Facebook means they have enough money to pay you as a copywriter. So what are you going to do? You're going to look at those ads, read them as a copywriter. Are they really interesting? Can they capture our attention? Can you write something better? If you can write something better, you definitely have the job of a copywriter for that company, especially when it's a company and not an individual. That's not to say that individual don't give you the job, but they do. But company, you are more sure to get the job as a company, when working for a company. Now, what do you do? Normally, I teach my copywriting students that writing 3 drafts of a sales copy is the goal. Now, when I see a copywriter, somebody selling something, and I know I can write better, what I'm going to do is to get to know more about that product, maybe from the flyer he posted or from the video he posted, or I can even go as deep as going to the website to see more about the product, and I'm going to write a copy about the product. I'm going to write 3 sales copy. I can use this PASO method I even taught you right now, and I'm going to write 3 separate copies, add copy, and then I'll send it to that person or that company, and then I'll tell them that, look at what I did, and if they find this thing very interesting, definitely they're going to hire me to begin to write for them. So when you do this for the first ad, second ad, third ad, fourth ad, definitely you get a copywriting gig. It's as simple as that. And there's no cap on the amount you can charge them. You can charge them anything you like. Then there's what we call Facebook Ads Library. Now, this Facebook Ads Library is something like behind the scene of all the ads, every ads you're seeing on Facebook. This is a place Facebook assembled all of them. You can go and search for any ad you want, and you can be able to see them, copy them, look at them, and anything you want to do with them. So, but I'm going to explain this specifically for a group of persons. So now there are other ways you can get copywriting clients. You can go to Instagram. There are a lot of businesses there, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. So now, why do most copywriters, why are they not making enough money? That's the next thing we're going to look at. Why are they not making enough money? The simple reason is because they lack focus. What they learned as a copywriter are just the surface stuff everybody knows about, and that's why they're not making enough sales. When you come to the land, the ground, you have a lot of persons working on the ground. But immediately you begin to take a step higher, higher, higher to the sky, the stars becomes, the people standing and going to that height becomes so few. They used to say that the ground, everybody's on the ground. But immediately you begin to go higher, higher, you see a lot of people, only few people are at the top. So when you take yourself to the top as a copywriter, definitely you will not even have any competition at all. So that is why most copywriters are not making enough money, while there are others that dictate what they are being paid by the people they are working for. So you choose which of them you want to belong to. So now, we're going to look at something, projecting something for you, a special invitation, especially for those who are struggling to make money from copywriting and those who want to be among the top 2% or top 20% in their industry, in their niche as a copywriter. Those that don't want to be playing on the surface ground anymore. You really want to build a career or a brand around copywriting. And maybe those that have failed and have gotten courses and other things that didn't really work for them. Then those that want to learn a high income skill, that is copywriting. Now, here is what you'll be getting from this copywriting bootcamp I'm inviting you to. Module 1, we're going to be talking about what copywriting is. What is sales copywriting? What is it? Now, we're going to be talking about why people buy and what really sells people. People buy things for a reason. And also, by the way, copywriting in brief is just a transfer of belief. Because at the start of writing a copy, before you write a copy, you are the only one that believes in this product you are selling. I'm the only one that believes. But you want to do it in such a way that once you are done writing this copy and someone else reads this copy, that person will believe the same thing you believe. And that will also make them to buy the product. So we look at why people buy. Why do they really buy? And what sells people? In Module 3, we're going to be looking at how to write a scroll-stopping headline. Now, you need to know that headline is the most important part of a copywriting. Headline is the most important part of a copywriting. Yes. If your headline don't stop people, especially this day and age, you know that social media is getting people crazy these days, and people can scroll. Facebook has made it, the scroll is endless. Just keep on scrolling. And now, what will actually make people to stop when they see your headline? That is scroll stopping headline. Headline is the most important thing. If they don't stop at the headline, definitely they're not going to see whatever else you're writing. So you must craft a solid headline that will stop them, get them out of the bed, and get them to look at it the second time and begin to read what you wrote. So that's what we're going to cover in Module 3. The Module 4, how to know and meet your ideal customer. Now, I still want to talk about this number, Module 3. Now, apart from copywriting, I covered this in the bootcamp. I said that there are people that are on social media, companies, they don't even need you to write copy for them. All you need to be writing for them is captivating headline, captions, that's all. So this can even be one of your a job as a copywriter, just writing captivating captions. Just captions only. That's what you'll be writing for them. They finish writing the content, you read it, just craft a compelling caption that will stop people from scrolling and read. That is one of the jobs of a copywriter, just to write headline. So now you know how to know and meet your ideal customer. I told you before that everybody will not buy your product. Everybody is not your customer. So you must find your ideal customer. Those that are starving to have your products and not begging people with bonuses and all manner of promo. Now, copywriting formula number 5, copywriting formulas you can use to hold your audience spellbound. I've talked about 2 of them in this webinar. We're going to be learning more in this bootcamp. So that's not all. There are other modules. There are about 5 other modules that is centered on making you a master at copywriting. So now, here is the bonuses you're going to be getting from this bootcamp. Number 1, how to make your first $1,000 with Facebook Ad Library. This is rated at 50K. You know, I told you that Facebook Ad Library is behind the scene where you see a lot of companies that are running adverts. Any country you want, if you want to base your target, if you want to get your client from UK and US alone, you can target those countries. And Facebook Ad Library will show you where all these companies running the ads. And even if you want a specific niche, you want the health niche, you want the sales and marketing niche, any niche you want, you can narrow it down and get people that are running ads. And what do you do there? There are 2 things you do. Number 1 is that you can rewrite those ads and make it more beautiful and get it back to them. Or number 2, you can send it to them as a mail. So now that takes me number 2. top 10 copywriting jobs you can start doing as a copywriter. Yes, it's not only to be writing sales copy. I've given you number one, that you can just be writing captions. Just captions, just captivating captions, headlines. That's all you can be doing as a copywriter. So in this hot bonus, you're going to be seeing 10 easy ways to make money as a copywriter. It's not just to be writing sales copy or email. No, there are other ways, which I've given you one of them. Then number 3 bonus is cold email cheat sheet. Now, this is a very, very important bonus I'm giving you for free. You know, this definitely, I've told you that you can get people running ads and send a message to them. But if you want to fish the big boys, the big companies, you don't send them message on Facebook. You send them message as an email. You send them an email. They call it cold email. Now, how do you send them cold email? You go to their email, say one or two things, and say what you came for in their email. Now, how do you write a compelling email that people will open and believe you? So I have just 4 winning cold email templates I crafted out for you. This is to enable you to chase foreign clients, which you'll be sending emails to. Now, the next one is my top 3 copywriting ebooks. Yes, I've been in copywriting for like 3 years now, and there are some ebooks I've read a lot of them, but I'm just giving you just 3. I don't like to overwhelm you with books. It's not really about reading books, but it's about practicing what you've read. Practicing, that's what it's about. So that's what I'm going to be giving you, my top 3 books. If you read these books, definitely you won't be needing any other book. Only what you'll be needing is practicing what you've read. Now, hot bonus number 5, 10 simple steps to write an amazing sales letter in just 5 minutes. Yes, this is just a fast food. Yes, when you talk about fast food, Indomie is fast food and a goosey soup is not a fast food. Both of them can give you instant satisfaction, but definitely one will give you longer. So, but this time around, we want to show you how to prepare Indomie. Indomie looks beautiful at first, looks healthy at first, but it might not carry you for some time in a day. You understand? So this is just what we're going to teach you here. Crash course of how to write a fast, a $1 million copywriting sales copy. So now, how much will it cost? So how much will this whole bootcamp cost you? The bonuses alone is rated around 90K, but don't worry, you're not paying 90K. You're only going to pay a fast action taker's price of 15,250 naira. And honestly, this is a great deal. Of course, you see the information in the webinar alone. The information in the webinar alone can even set you on the path of writing sales copy. And then you don't have to sleep on this, because I'll be upgrading the course from time to time, because human beings are mature and not matured. We keep learning every day and keep upgrading. And definitely that means that the course will be upgraded. And definitely that means that the price will be upgraded too. But the advantage of getting the course right now is that anytime I upgrade the course, you're still going to get it at the same price. You're not going to pay anymore again. You're just going to get an upgrade of the course because you're already inside the course. So that's the advantage. So now, this is how you make your payment. You pay 15,215 to this account you are seeing on your screen right now. Or if you can't see the account on the screen, you can send me a message on WhatsApp to get the payment details. And once you've made the payment, you send the payment proof to my WhatsApp number, and also send your email address, because once the payment is confirmed, the course will be sent to your email address. So that will be all. Thank you for staying tuned, and see you inside the course. If you really want to take a step towards copywriting, this is a place to start. People have been doing it, and like I told you, there are a lot of players on the ground. You want to go to the top. You don't want to be competing with people that just have an introductory knowledge of copywriting. You just want to stay at the top, because at the top there are only few players. But who can you find at the top? So my goal in this copywriting bootcamp is to take you from that ground level to the top, where you now become a top player, giving prizes you want to write copy with, giving people prizes and turning down offers that doesn't mean the price. So thank you very much, and see you inside.